I have had a couple of people, specifically one of my more interactive viewers, who has recommended that I play the game X4 Foundations. I did download it because it was on an extreme sale for like 12 bucks, and I was like, ooh, that's a really good deal. Let me try to go to do that. But unfortunately, with the way that my computer setup is, I need to play all of my games in a window because I have one of those ultra wide monitors that has like two screens in one screen. And the way I have my monitor set up is I have a regular monitor size section of the monitor in the middle, and then I have two half windows on either side of that, where I have my recording software on one side and generally something else happening on the other side. And I need it to be that way because I need to be able to monitor my recordings as I'm playing the game. And I really just need to play the game at 1920 by 1080 or a similar resolution to that, because that's what YouTube is. Like, you can't put ultra widescreen stuff on YouTube because it looks weird when you do that. So what I do is I take all of my games and I play them in windowed mode, and then I use the power play or power something tools, the Windows tools that allows you to do window snapping, where you can snap things into different parts of your screen. And I'll have my game in the middle, recording on one side, and then something else, usually like my file explorer or something else on the other side, as I'm managing recordings as I do things. Why does this matter? Well, because X4 Foundations, for whatever reason, will not allow me to snap the window to where I need it to be, just like I do every other game. Sometimes I'm able to get around it by manually setting the resolution to what I need to be and then moving the window, but it won't work. There's just something about it that just will not work. And as shallow as it is, I'm going to be honest with you, because I tell you guys all the time, I'm going to be honest and tell you what I do and what I think. I am so sick and tired of having to troubleshoot video games and computers and all of this other stuff. I spent a lifetime having to troubleshoot these kinds of things, and I just don't want to do it anymore. If things don't just work the way that everything else works, I'm just not going to mess with it. I don't have the time or the patience or anything like that to go research how to fix a problem that really shouldn't be, at least in my opinion, should not be a problem in the first place. There have been a couple of other games. My son wanted me to play that Harry Potter game, and I had the same problem with that, where it just refused to go to the part of the monitor and snap like everything else, the way all of my other games snapped. And I'm just like, no, I'm not fighting through this. I'm not going to try to figure out what the problem is. There is no amount of gameplay that's worth having to spend hours researching and trying to figure things out, because, I just want to play the game and I want to make content and I want to get this stuff done so I can get on to the rest of my day. I'm not interested in having to resolve issues that shouldn't really be issues because people can't figure out how to format their stuff in a way that works with Windows and all of these other things in the same way that all of the other major games do. And the reason why I have this position is because almost every game I play, I don't ever have any problem with. I'm able to put it in a window. I'm able to snap it just like I snap everything else. It just works. I don't have to do anything with it. I play, and there's no issues. And so on the rare occasion when I do come across this specific problem, my immediate response is refund. I'm done. I'm not messing with this. I don't have the patience, and I'm far too irritable at this point. I'm far too easily irritated at this point to go through and deal with trying to troubleshoot things that should just kind of be industry standard things that just are the way that they are. And I don't have the patience for it. And I'm not going to pretend to have the patience for it because I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. So while I think that X4 might have been an interesting game to play, it seems like it has some pretty deep mechanics. When I run into these hard limits like this, I'm sorry, you might think I'm missing out on playing an awesome game, and maybe I am, but I'm at the point in my life where I'm just not gonna I'm not gonna frustrate my way through this shit anymore. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to have to research it, and I'm sure that some people are gonna leave a comment saying, "Oh, well, you could do this or this or this or this," and it's like, no, I just want it to work. It's on the developer to make it work for the standard Windows operating system that I'm using, and I shouldn't have to go through and do any extra steps to do that. That's standard quality control stuff that developers should be doing that a lot of them don't, and this is an example of it, because if I can't just snap it to a standard Power Toys or whatever it's called Windows setup, that's a standard thing that's been around for a very long time, it's just not worth my time. There is no amount of gameplay that's worth me having to figure out how to play the game in the first place in the way that I need to play it. For those of you who play full screen on regular monitors and stuff like that, you probably never even had to think about this issue before. So you're looking at me and you're like, what the hell are you talking about? But for me, because I do content creation the way that I do it, I have a specific setup And I need every game I play to work in the way that I do it, because this is how I have everything set up. So it needs to fit in that model, and there's no exceptions to that. It needs to work that way. And that's just kind of how it is. So I appreciate those of you, especially my very active user, recommending X4 as an alternative potentially to Elite Dangerous, but I don't have the patience for it. I don't have the patience to deal with these kinds of problems that crop up in a lot of these games. So sorry, it is what it is. I've already refunded the game, and that's just kind of it. So just wanted to let you know. I did check. I was going to check it out, but I'm not fighting through this stuff. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.